up, folks? Sean the Average Angler coming at you with another, well, let's call this one an interesting video. I don't really know where this is going to go. We got a little housekeeping to do. And then I'm going to kind of touch on some viewer comments because it really got me thinking, and I think you should think too. And we've got some other things in here too. I just bumped into a great sale thanks to another viewer sent me an email today. If you don't have my email, I do put it in videos occasionally, in the comments, not the comment section, in the description on occasion. I may do it today. Okay, if you guys want it, by all means, feel free, send me an email. I do respond. Okay, not always fast, depends on how work's going and all that kind of stuff. If you're new to the channel, you like this kind of content, and today is going to be a little different, but hit that subscribe button. Join the Average Angler community where I do everything I can to help y'all catch more fish, buy tackle at better prices, so forth and so on. With that in mind, if you did or didn't see the video yesterday, I was talking about the Evergreen Combat Rat, right? And at my local shop, $59.99, I needed to replace a rat. If you haven't fished rat baits, you're missing out. I'm just gonna say that, okay? If you think your fish aren't big enough, think again. A viewer sent me an email this morning about a sale going on at Copper State Tackle. They've got the gosh darn Combat Rat on a buy one, get one half off deal. So for those of you, don't worry about doing the math. I'll tell you how much it was. $89 for two. The average angler, being the bargain hunter that he is, he ordered two. Don't tell my wife. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission, I always say, okay? And I'm not known for the best advice, so take that with a grain of salt. But I do want to talk about some viewer comments that I've gotten that made me think, made the old average angler think. And some of them were really, really good. And you know who you are. We got to fish together someday because you give a lot of great comments and I like the way you think. Comment was about his favorite thing about August is it means the summer's almost over and all those people are going to go away and leave his lake alone so he can get back to fishing it. Now, I don't know if that's really the case here, but what I will say is that once that holiday, Labor Day, happens here where I'm at, a lot of people put their boats, jet skis, and everything else away. So he is very right. And we can kind of get back to the point where we can go out and fish. Now look, when I go to my local lake here, they don't open until 8, and usually by 10:30, I'm getting ready to get off the lake because it's really more of a pond. It's bigger than a pond, but it's much smaller than a lake. They call it a lake. You get the point. There's 6 boats out there. It's a madhouse. Okay, you add in the kayakers, canoe, recreational. I'm not talking about fishermen. I'm talking about they just go out there to kayak, canoe, so forth and so on. You got skiers, jet skiers. Anyway, we're nearing that time where we're going to get our bodies of water back. We can go out and fish in a little bit more peaceful manner, if you will. And that's one of the things I really love about fishing is going out there and I get to unwind. I have a very stressful job and the last month has been extremely stressful. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do in August right after I do a little bit more housekeeping, and that's to my winners and Chris, I believe it is. Bass Finesse, something Finesse in Georgia. Douglas, I sent your package today. Douglas sent me a FedEx label. All I had to do was print it. I have that stuff in my office. I got his stuff out today. Ron and Chris, I will be going to the post office tomorrow. I'm taking a break from work. I'm going to go get your stuff shipped out. For those of you that were the winners, those 3 people, one wasn't a winner, one had sent me some stuff, I'm sending him stuff in return. Anyway, it'll finally be on the way. I know I'm really a flake in this stuff, but I try and be straight with everybody, and that's that my work comes first during the week. I have one of those jobs where I could be home at noon to 1 o'clock every day and done for the day, and I have a job that I could be working until 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Lately, it's been the latter. So Something I always try and tell people when buying tackle, because tackle's expensive, right? And we've got some Cora. Tackle can be very expensive, and look, with what our president's doing right now, well, a lot of tackle's gone up. It is what it is. I'm not really here nor there about that. My suggestion, and I've said this in many videos in the past, not many, but when I do unboxings, I talk about it. I'm not buying at list price or retail price. Okay, if you guys are interested in Fat Pack products, you can go to their website, and when you click on the website, they will give you an option to put in your email for 20% off code. It's a no-brainer. Here's my email. Tell me when you got new products coming out. Tell me when you got sales going on, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, another way to do it is the online tackle market has become very competitive. The combat rat, right? Buy one, get one 50% off, $30 off. I got another one from Abu Garcia today. You're an Abu Garcia fan. Rods, reels, they've got some big sales going on too. Up to 50% off. I didn't look into what they all were, but I clicked on it and there was quite a bit of stuff. I buy things on sale. I try to stock. You've all seen my wall up here when the camera's turned the other way. I try to buy things that I know I'm going to use and need in bulk when I can get them on sale. The hookup tackle, another great one, right? I got a bunch of cool baits underspins at one time, buy one, get one free. I bought like 20 of them. Okay, it's something that I know I'm going to use. It's one of my preferred underspins. There it is right there. Okay, very good components, very good underspin if you're looking for something compact. I really like these on the smaller Kitex, 3.3, 3.8, 2.8, so forth and so on. It's a great way to save money. Now, I just watched another video. Yeah, the average angler watches a lot of videos too. And he was talking about line, and that got me thinking, I want to do what he's doing. I've been testing a lot of braids, quite honestly. I've kind of come to the determination that I no longer need 65-pound braid for frogging. Now, in the old days, I got a comment asking me why 65. Well, in the old days, I was frogging with Berkeley Big Game. Gosh, I don't know what it was, 30 years ago? Now, things have changed a lot since then, but when the first braids came out, if you used 50, you were going to break it. I don't feel like that's the case anymore. And I talked to a lot of friends at the frog tournament last weekend, and a lot of them were throwing 40 and 50 and saying no problem whatsoever. Along with the improvements of a lot of other things, like electronics, line has improved drastically. Maybe the average angler needs to rethink some things and will get better performance. Obviously, when you use lighter braid, you get better performance. Comes off the reel a lot better. That 65, these are the two that I used lately. This one's actually pretty good. I really liked the Berkeley. I was very happy with the Berkeley. I also used some 65 from 20 years ago because I got a bulk spool of the spider wire. Great stuff, both of them, to be honest with you. The spider wire, just back then, it lost its color quick. I use a black marker anyway on my line. Zero fade Endurix 65. I ended up cutting it off and respooling a reel in the middle of the tournament. Very, very unlike me. But I wanted that rod to use. It was my primary rod, and I had 50-pound Finn's Wind Tamer in the boat. Another bulk spool, 3,000 yards. I'm throwing it away. Okay, don't put Wind Tamer on a bait cast. I'm told it's fantastic on a spinning rod. There's way better lines out now, so I'm not using it. All right, so what else do we have here that I just wanted to... How many of you watch tournament fishing? I do. I love watching tournament fishing. Not a big fan of the every fish counts type of format. Part of it's probably just because I came up fishing a 5-fish tournament series. That's all we still have here, to be honest. So that's kind of more my gig. So when I can, I watch during the day at work. Multiple reasons. See baits that might be coming out that aren't out yet. You can see how some of these guys approach things, and man, I'll tell you, These young kids are so good, and it's not just forward-facing sonar, it's just they are really good fishermen. And so the average angler likes to watch a lot of that stuff. Okay, I find it entertaining. I can typically have it on my phone while I'm working at my desk. If I'm driving around from accounts to accounts, I typically have it playing on the in the car, and I just enjoy it. I like fishing. It's what I like to do. All right, so to wrap it up, August can be a great time to fish. I prefer offshore fishing this time of year, okay? Not scoping. I'm offshore structure, rock piles, grass edges, that kind of stuff. You kind of get a drift in my videos of how I like to fish. The other side of that is late August for me typically is take care of my stuff at home time. I don't like to go out on the holiday weekends because they're typically crazy. So I try to take care of my things at home. This time of year, I'm going to start going through inventorying things, seeing what I might need for the months ahead. Because fishing's about to get really good in all over the country. Okay, when that happens might vary depending on where you're at. But as the days start to get shorter, temperatures are going to start dropping. Sometimes here they won't stop dropping until October. October is typically our big month in Northern California, where we see that big shift, and honestly, it's typically around Halloween. We will see some cooler temps. It just may not be cool temps. So water temperatures may start to drop. And I really like to take the time to prep this month. And I've got a lot of things to do here. I've had the stuff going on with my mom, so that's taken a lot of my free time. And I've got things here at home that I want to do that have been neglected. So that's just life. We deal with things in our days that we have to deal with. And sometimes things get put off, and here we are. So that said, I'm not going to curb my videos. I do want to know what you guys would like to see. I've got a couple ideas, some things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have some rod reviews coming up. I have a company I do get a discount from. I'm going to make a purchase, and I'm going to test it out for multiple reasons, to be quite honest. One, because I'm kind of looking for something and I haven't really found exactly what I want. Because I like testing and reviewing things, especially when it's a company that I haven't maybe tried one of their products in a while. I've tried most, but this particular company I haven't tried in a while. So we are going to take an adventure into that, and I'm going to share that with you as I get it and as we test it and all that kind of stuff, okay? It's very reasonably priced stuff, bargain shopping, or they're strictly JDM. I do both. I like good tackle, but I like to buy when it's on sale. I've got a ton of Strike King stuff here. I got a ton of Zoom stuff here. I've got all the name brand stuff. Crush City, Kitech. Kitech just announced a 20 to 25% price increase today, by the way. So if you use a lot of those products, you might want to look now, see if you can order them or get them at your local tackle shop before those prices hit there. It is what it is. We move forward. So I decided I kind of wanted to title this video The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of Bass Fishing. And I kind of really left out the ugly. The good, the season is about to change at the beginning of September, and a lot of these people are going to put their boats away. The bad, we've got some price increases on some product. The ugly is what's happening to our community, really, I think, due to the internet. You know, a lot of people, the feud with forward-facing sonar has been going on for the last couple of years, and I think a big part of that has to do with because the young generation's coming in, and they are good. I don't think it has to do with just forward-facing sonar. I think it has a lot to do with high school fishing, even earlier than high school fishing, then college fishing, and these kids are getting to do things that before took us till our late 20s or even 30, our 30s to reach that point. And they're coming in at 19, 20, 21, 22 years old with that kind of experience and even touring the country and fishing all over in different regions of the country. So I try not to get too involved in the forward-facing sonar debate. My simplest solution is to tell you, go out and do what you want to do, what you like to do. I have forward-facing sonar. I use forward-facing sonar, probably not in the typical fashion, because I just like to fish the way I like to fish. And quite honestly, when I've tried to learn how to do the little minnow shaking thing, I've struggled and I get frustrated, but it's not anyone else's fault but mine. It is what it is. Bass, our sport, evolves. It always has. Remember, I told you I used to fish frogs on Berkeley big game. We didn't have braid. The good, the bad, the ugly. The ugly is really social media, the internet, keyboard jockeys, that kind of stuff. Y'all do what you need to do. I just want to see people out fishing, having a good time, spending time with family, kids out fishing. They're not playing video games. Some of you may call it a video game. It's not a video game. They're outside, okay? They're chasing the passion that we did our whole lives. They're just doing it different. Doesn't make it. Sean the Average Angler, thanks for tolerating me. Have a good one.